Hey, this is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today, we're going to look at what you're reading. So this is the comics that I've read. I read a lot. It was Thanksgiving 4-day weekend, so I got a lot of comic books read. So I already did a video on this, so I won't belabor the point, but this is Evil Eye by Richard Sala. Parker Girls, number 9. I just got this, and I read it right away. Why? Because I read the other 8, and I wanted to see how it ended. Scarlet Witch, number 12. I got this because of James Robbins. He did one of my favorite series of all time, Starman. I really liked it at the beginning, and I'm starting to get a little less in love with it as I go along. This is the reason why it was canceled. The Children's Vampire Hunting Brigade. This is by David Luke Corelli, who does Tinseltown, a comic that I absolutely love, but on Alterna Comics. This was part of a box set, and this is just like a preview. So I looked at this. I didn't read the rest of the comics yet. Hellboy and the BPRD From Below. I love these Hellboy one-shots. They're just like, no pressure, just read them, one-and-done stories. They're just they're just excellent is what I meant to say. Parker Girls, number 10. So I'm officially caught up with everything Terry Moore. So a satisfying ending. Again, the secret agents and stuff like that is my least favorite part of Strangers in Paradise. So it's funny that I like, but this is real good. Well done. Sister Grimm. This is ASAP Entertainment. This is the first issue written Lori Cunningham. She was on my channel. I just ordered these from and I just had Hades on my channel, the guy who runs ASAP Entertainment. Okay, this is Points of Virtue Part 1. I got the middle of this, so I got to get the story before this. So I was a little confused. I do like the art, but I was a little confused because I jumped it in the middle of a story, which drives me crazy for a multitude of reasons. Because first off, I'm obsessive, so I got to start at the beginning, and then second off, I didn't know everything that was going on. But that was my own fault for not paying attention. Okay, FemForce 26. Every time I put in an order for back issues, I get another issue of FemForce. So I'm collecting it slowly. Like I don't want to get like just 20 at a time and have to read nothing but FemForce for a while. But I'm enjoying these one at a time. This is Heroic Tales, number 1, featuring the Amazon. Why did I get this? Well, first off, it has Bill Willingham's art on the cover. So, of course, I got to get it. I'm a Bill Willingham unabashed fanboy. Second off, my comic is called Heroic Tales, and it's going to be called Heroic Tales featuring, and it's going to have different superheroes. Not every issue, but different story arcs of superheroes and stuff. So I talked to Bill Williams, the guy who wrote this, and asked him if it was okay if I use the title. He was like, "Yeah, sure, I use the title from somebody else." So I just and plus, so he was really cool about it. So I wanted to get it. Plus, these are characters used in another story that I really like, Pantheon. Okay, this is Combat number 2. Why did I get this? Because I got Combat number 1 because I had Combat number 2. Why did I have this? Because my friend Lisa gave me a box of comics and it had Combat number 2 in it. So I was like, well, now I got to get number 1, because I'm like that. There's only 2 issues in the whole series. So I got off easy with that one. This is Cat and Mouse number 1. Why did I get this? Because the writer of this was on my channel, and that's going to drive me nuts that I can't remember his name. But he was on my channel. We talked. He's got his own comics. This is his character, so I wanted to get this. I was a little confused because there's another Cat and Mouse number 1 that came out before this that sets up this. That company, it didn't last too long. So I hate when I read comics out of order. And that's not their fault. That's my fault. This is The World of Wood, a title that makes me giggle. This is Wally Wood stories. Some of them published, most of them published, a few unpublished. And this wonderful cover by Dave Stevens. So I got this. I do that once in a while. Like I'll order a number 1 and then put it in my back issues to remind me to check it all out. So I was like, I'm trying to clear out my back issues. So I put this on my pile, and now I just ordered 2, 3, and 4, and I'll read them really quick. Chili. It's a shame that Marvel doesn't make these girl model comics anymore. This is getting a little long in the tooth at this point. You could tell they were losing interest. The art isn't as good as it used to be. The stories aren't as clever as they used to be. And I think it only lasted like six more issues or so. But this is Stan Lee and Stan Goldberg, who does do Archie comics. And again, this you could tell it was winding down. You know, it was canceled for a reason. Okay, again, I told you I did a lot of reading. I'm doing this Sunday night on a 4-day weekend. So this is Absolution. I got this because I got 1 to 4, and I liked it. And this is number 5, so I had to finish off the series. E-Man, I'm really digging E-Man. This is the second series, so this is number 2, and this is number 1. This is a different writer. This is Joe Stanton, and who the hell is writing this? That's a good job. Oh, Martin Pascal. Martin Pascal, I sung his praises over and over and over again. He did Swamp Thing right before Alan Moore. I really like Martin Pascal. He also did the Gargoyles for Marvel, which is really good. This I'm not liking because I guess they're creating a little tension. So they were a couple, but in this series, without any explanation, they're not dating anymore. She wants to have a human boyfriend, and he's like a lovesick puppy. I just didn't like that. Okay, this is a hack and slash versus chaos. So this is a hack and slash versus like the Brian Polito's characters. Tim Seeley likes girl on girl action and stuff like that. It's funny because he tries to pretend that he's like a feminist champion, but it's really because he just likes girl on girl action. You know, it has nothing to do with that. But it's good. This is Americomics special number 1, The Sentinels of Justice. I mean, look at this. This is the Charlton characters. It's weird because Charlton kind of existed, and they licensed out the characters to DC, but they also licensed them out to anybody. So this is just the first time they appear over here. And keep in mind, DC had Blue Beetle comics, they had a Captain Atom comics, they had a Quested comics at this time. So it's really weird. And I think Charlton went out of business and full on sold everything to DC not soon after this. Young Hellboy number 4. This was fun. It has a little tired trope of he gets a fever and he's hallucinating an adventure, but it's good. It's good. I like that the young Hellboy puts on a cape and pretends to be Lobster Johnson. So he was Lobster Johnson's sidekick, the Red Crab. It was fun. It was funny. You know, and I just love these Mike Mignola covers. Florida Man, Mike Baron. I'm an unabashed Mike Baron fanboy, so of course I had to get his humor comic, Florida Man. It does the impossible. It makes. I'm a very critical of humor comics. So, because most humor comics, it's like, instead of Superman, it's Duperman. Instead of the Fantastic Four, it's the Spantastic Four. You know, that's just like, I just don't like that. So this is just, the humor is in the situation. This could easily be like not a situation comedy, but like a TV show or something, you know, based on the hijinks of this character. So let me clear this. Again, I did a lot of reading this 4-day period. So I'm pretty amazed and happy with everything that I read. This is Mercy Sparks by Josh Blaylock. I like this character. She's a devil that came to Earth, and she's rebelling against hell, so she gets angel tattoos instead of like the devil tattoos, and hijinks ensue. She's like a bounty hunter for money. She likes sex. She likes rock and roll. You know, she's a bad girl. She's a bad girl biker. You know, this is another guy I think like tries to do like, I'm a feminist ally or whatever, but it's really just, you know, I like, you know, sexy, loose, big booby girls, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't pretend to be otherwise. Usagi Yojimbo. What can I say about Usagi Yojimbo? This is my triumvirate of my 3 favorite comics that come out. I get so excited when Wolf and Batsy come out, when Horace H. Hoover comes out, and when Usagi Yojimbo come out. I put down everything else and I read them first. Always read my favorite comics first, because I could die tomorrow and at least I have my favorite comics written. But this is the first of a new series. You know, I think Stan Sakai now is just going to do a series of miniseries featuring one of my favorite bad guys, Jet, the demonic person, and his crazy little niece. Just creepy and fun. Ignition City, I did a showcase on the first issue of Ignition City. This is number 5. I really, really liked it. I criticized the art of the first issue, but I grew to really, really like it. Look at these guys. I just love this like steampunk, you know, alternative history kind of comic. It's just good. It's like a steampunk cantina. Like the whole city is a Star Wars cantina. That's where it's set. Just really good. Just really good. I dug it. I think you can get it collected. Oh, that's it. So that's all my what you read. That's all the comics I read over the Thanksgiving 4-day weekend. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Bye bye.